I have a question of a very finite mind.
Yeah.
Thanks for that was an interesting talk, and that was probably my first meditation I've ever done in my life. So that was
wow.
pretty cool.
Wow.
I totally feel the ego fighting. You feel it fighting for this reality.
Sure.
But is it always the villain?
Is it always what?
The villain, the ego.
Yes.
Mr. X.
Mr. X, the villain. Because my ego is saying, okay, I get it. I'll let you go there. You're tied to the universe. I like that. Dig deeper. In 7 years, maybe I'll understand what you understand. In the meantime, it's saying, hey, you also need me, dummy. You need.
Yeah.
There's Maslow's level hierarchies or whatever. You need to be able to sit in a comfortable room. It needs to be the right temperature. And you need to have a comfy chair for your ass, and and a fire to stand next to, and stuff like that. It's saying, hey, I can get you that to get you there, but also there's a lot of happiness here too in this reality. Go take your grandchildren for a walk, or go kiss your wife goodnight, or do stuff like that. So I feel it fighting me, like, hey, you need me, dummy.
The mind, your ego, cannot comprehend the imminent peace of the self. And it says, this is good enough. Kissing my wife, taking the kids, I get it. That will still all happen. But that is fleeting and fluctuating. Those are states of mind that do this. This is saying, this is permanent. What you experience from kissing your wife or walking with your kids, is that what you gain out of that? You don't gain it and it goes away after the kids go to bed. You can't understand the childlike wonder that's experienced when there is no ego. You are a child again. You can't quite you can't quite get this. It's perplexing. You're in a state of awe, not profound awe, but just a little bit like, whoa. But it's comforting. So, yes, it's your ego saying, this is good enough. And maybe it is good enough. There's the lucky people in the world, the apparent lucky people in the world that appear to do everything right, and it just goes right their whole life. And they would balk at this because they did that perfect life. Or perfect enough, good enough, that their suffering didn't get too severe. Because there's usually two reasons that would bring you to this message or keep you in this message. And that is you're just seeking the truth. What's going on here? Tell me the truth. I'm super intrigued. Or your suffering gets so bad, you've moved so far away from yourself that you just surrender and say, take me. And there are, I guess, plenty of people that it just doesn't get that bad. Life's okay. They don't need to go here. They don't need this, and so fine. But yeah, it's you can't comprehend the magnitude of the infinite, eternal peace and love of yourself. And the ego will say, this is good enough. And maybe it is. Is that where you were going?
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going.
Right, because if you notice from now on, every time you do something, you're trying to gain something out of it. Right? You go to work to gain. You go skiing to hopefully something this deep, right? You're trying to gain something out of all of your actions. You might not know that, but once it's pointed out, you're trying to gain something from it. At its core, you're trying to gain happiness out of it.
Correct, yeah.
Because that's the one thing that we all want. We've been led to believe that it's procreating is why we're here, and that's our drive. There's one thing prior to procreating, and that's being happy. But what happens is when ego falls away, you're not trying to get anything out of anything anymore. Because you are already everything. So everything just plays out as it is. And regardless of what the manifestation's doing, everything is okay because it's only yourself appearing as that. And you love yourself. You realize that you cannot not love unconditionally. Even the people you've never met, you love them unconditionally. And you know that right now. It doesn't mean you have to like everybody. It doesn't mean you don't move away from harm. There is some sort of a preservation going on here. It wants to preserve itself because it created itself. But you are called to love everyone because they are you. And this is what we share. And this is what's creating all the chaos in the world today because we've forgotten that we are each other. And that's why it's so important to remember. And regardless of what the manifestation's doing, what people are doing, you love them for that. Even if they're not doing good things, you understand why they're doing it. It's because they've forgotten themselves. And all you long for them is to remember themselves.